Today's story is Salt Water of the Sea. It's Japanese folk tale. Once upon a time, two brothers lived in a village. With time, the elder brother became rich, but the younger brother became poor. There came a day when there was a festival, and on that day there was not even a single grain to eat at the younger brother's house. On the insistence of his wife, he went to his elder brother's house to borrow a seer of rice, but the elder brother returned him with a paltry answer. When he was returning disappointed, he met an old man on the way carrying a heavy bundle of wood. The old man asked him, "Who are you, brother? Looking at your face, it seems that you are in some trouble. If one finds someone to show affection in times of sorrow, the dam of patience breaks." Hearing the soft voice of the old man, even the younger brother could not stop the tears from his eyes. He narrated all his agony to the old man while crying. The old man consoled him and said, "If you deliver this bundle of wood to my house, I will give you such a wonderful thing with the help of which you will become rich." The younger brother was kind by nature, and then the old man spoke to him affectionately, so he picked up the bundle of wood on his head and followed the old man. After reaching home, the old man gave him a malpua and said, "Take this and go to the forest behind the temple. There is a hole there in which many dwarfs live. Those dwarfs like these malpua very much. They will give it to him at any cost, but you would like to achieve it. At that time, instead of asking for wealth in return, you should ask for a stone mill, which is the most special thing among those dwarfs. Later you will know about the wonders of that mill." Taking malpua from the old man's hand, the younger brother took leave from him and reached the forest behind the temple. Going there, he looked around, and at one place he saw a hole from which many thumb-sized dwarfs were coming in and out. When the younger brother reached those dwarfs, they started running away in fear, but then one dwarf's eyes fell on the malpua kept in his hand. As soon as he saw the malpua, the dwarf started shouting to his friends, "Look, he has a malpua in his hand." Then he requested the younger brother and said, "Please give us that malpua. In return we will give you many diamonds and jewels." But the younger brother remembered the words of the old man. He asked for a stone mill in exchange for malpua. At first the dwarfs were reluctant to give the mill and started asking the younger brother to ask for anything else, but when he did not agree, they agreed to give the mill. While giving the mill, the king of the dwarfs said to the younger brother, "Look, brother, this is the most priceless thing in our kingdom. Use it wisely. Whatever you ask for by turning this mill to the right, it will start coming out of it. And unless you turn it to the left, that thing will keep coming out." The younger brother came home with the stone mill. His wife was sitting hungry and thirsty waiting for her husband. She was very disappointed to see her husband empty-handed, but the younger brother told her, "Quickly spread the mat on the floor." Placing the mill on the mat, the younger brother turned it to the right and said, "Take out the rice." All I had to say was that within a short time heaps of rice came out of the mill. Then he turned the mill to the left and stopped the flow of rice. In this way, one by one, he got all the things he needed by turning the mill in a short time. When both husband and wife had eaten and drank, they realized that why should they be on the side of the poor, when they can get anything from the mill. He extracted a lot of wealth by turning the mill, and from the very next day he started building a luxurious palace for himself and bought many luxurious things. When the elder brother came to know that the younger brother had suddenly acquired immense wealth, he became eager to know its secret. How did a person who did not even have food to eat till a few days ago get so much money? After all, what kind of treasure has he got? To find out the mystery, the elder brother came and sat secretly in the younger brother's house at night. He saw that the younger brother was piling up piles of wealth by turning a mill. That night he came quietly, but he decided in his mind that he would get this mill somehow. He got his chance soon. That day, the younger brother and his wife had gone out of the house for some time when he jumped into their house and stole the mill. Taking the mill, he went straight to his boat tied at the seashore, opened it and set out into the sea. Actually, he wanted to go to a deserted island away from people and run the mill because he did not want anyone else to know the secret of the mill. But before he reached such an island, he started feeling very hungry. He had taken bread with him to eat but had forgotten to take salt in his hurry. Instead of going back home to get salt, he thought of extracting salt from the mill itself. He turned the mill and said, "Take out the salt." Immediately heaps of salt started coming out of the mill. Now that poor guy knew how to take things out of the mill, but he did not know how to close it. What happened was that once the mill started extracting salt, it kept extracting it. The boat finally sank under the weight of the salt. Elder brother drowned along with him and that mill too. It is said that even today that mill is running somewhere at the bottom of the sea. That is why the sea water is salty. Friends, how did you like this story? Tell in the comments. If you like the story, like and share the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe and press the bell icon. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye.